This heavy metal object is in the shape of a prismatic trapezoid with letters D, W, R, and the John Deere logo in high relief. It was found in a parent's garage. The family used to be farmers. What is it? This is a branding iron for meat, and it was likely a piece of swag or a promotional giveaway from a John Deere dealership. Not for branding livestock, but for branding your steaks. You would heat the iron up in a grill until it was very hot, and then press it onto a steak or a hamburger patty. This would sear the John Deere logo onto the surface of the meat, just for fun. The commenter notes they were often given away at dealership open house events, a fun piece of memorabilia for farming families. This is a very heavy iron bar with holes and spikes at the two ends. It was found in an old stall in Tuscany. It could be farm-related. What is it? This is probably some sort of drawbar or a spreader bar for an old tractor or for use with draft animals. A drawbar is the main attachment point on a tractor for towing implements. This one, with its specific arrangement of holes and spikes, could have been a specialized drawbar or a spreader bar used to maintain a set distance between two chains or lines, perhaps as part of a hitch for pulling a pair of animals or for a specific type of farm implement like a plow or a cultivator. This red plastic object with a blade that can rotate slightly was found in a car. Bananas are used for scale. What is this? It's the red thing at the top of a wheel giveaway prize thingy. It is the clicker or flapper from a prize wheel, the kind you see at carnivals, trade shows, or promotional events. The prize wheel is spun, and this flexible plastic flapper clicks against the pegs on the wheel as it slows down, eventually coming to rest, pointing at the prize the contestant has won. The red blade is the part that makes the clicking sound. It likely broke off a prize wheel and was taken as a souvenir. This clear plastic thing is branded with the logo for MAI systems. It's roughly 18.5 cm x 8 cm and lightweight. The top is lightly grooved, and the bottom has 7 indents and 4 beveled areas. The finder thinks it might be punch card related. Are they right? The finder is correct. This is a punch card weight. In the days of mainframe computers that used punched cards for data input, a stack of these cards would be placed in the input hopper of a card reader. To ensure the cards fed smoothly and reliably into the machine, a weight like this one was placed on top of the stack. Its size is a perfect match for a standard punch card, and its weight would provide the gentle, consistent pressure needed for feeding. The one from IBM in the link is almost exact, just branded for MAI systems instead. Found in a backyard, this is metal and is kind of hard to pull. It's a faded green color and has a pin kind of thing on it. What is it? This is a dog tie-out stake. It's an anchor that is screwed deep into the ground in a yard. The top part, often with a ring that can swivel 360 degrees, is where you would clip a dog's leash or a long tie-out cable. This allows a dog to have some freedom to roam around a specific area of the yard without being able to run off. The corkscrew or auger design of the stake ensures it has a very strong hold in the ground and is kind of hard to pull out. This flash drive-sized device weighs maybe 2 O's, has a little carabiner, and an aluminum-like body. It has a charging port and an LED that goes blue and red when turned on. What is it? The red and blue flashing LED indicates it's a Bluetooth device searching for a paired device. This is a Bluetooth carabiner speaker. It's a small, portable speaker designed for on-the-go use. The carabiner clip allows it to be easily attached to a backpack, a belt loop, or a bike. You would pair it with your smartphone via Bluetooth to play music wirelessly. They are a very common and popular type of portable audio accessory for outdoor activities like hiking and camping. Roughly 18 inches long with metal ends, one end pointy but not sharp, this is made of wood painted black. What is it? That is a swagger stick. A swagger stick is a short, rigid stick or cane, traditionally carried by a commissioned officer in some armed forces as a symbol of authority. It is typically shorter than a walking stick and is not used for support, but rather carried tucked under the arm. The commenter thinks of the stick you see a general holding. They were particularly common in the British and Commonwealth armies. This one, with its wooden shaft and metal ends, is a classic example of this military accoutrement. This floor cupboard is in a 1960s closet. It has a flip top. The finder's guess is for shoes, but it can only fit a couple of pairs per side and only lengthwise. The commenter asks what it looks like with the top on. What is it? The commenter's guess is a shoe rack, where you're not supposed to take the top off or put anything inside it. This is a type of tilt-out shoe cabinet or bin. The flip top is actually the front of the drawer. You would pull it forward and down, and a compartment or rack for storing shoes would tilt out. You would store the shoes in these compartments, not inside the main box. They are a space-saving way to store shoes neatly out of sight in a closet. This is a clear, pressed glass mixing bowl with a strange lip on the inside, about an inch down from the rim. The lip is sectioned by slots, and each section is at a slight angle. It almost resembles an ashtray lip atop a bowl. What is it? This is a Heisey flat panel crushed fruit jar. It's a specific piece of antique American glassware made by the Heisey Company. It would have originally come with a lid that covered the edge. Its purpose was for serving crushed or preserved fruit, like a fruit compote or a jam. The intricate lip with the slots would allow a serving spoon to rest on the inside rim, with the handle protruding through one of the slots, preventing the spoon from sliding down into the fruit. It's a beautiful and functional piece of vintage serveware. Found at the Imola racetrack, this is a heavy metal object with the number 10 etched on it. It has a metallic shine and what looks to be molten blue paint and plastic wrap stuck on it. Could it be a car or motor part? The best guess is that this is a lead wheel weight that has come unstuck from a race car's wheel and been run over a bunch of times. To balance a wheel for high-speed use, small adhesive weights like this one are stuck to the inside of the wheel rim. The 10 would indicate its weight in grams. At the extreme speeds and temperatures of a racetrack, the adhesive can sometimes fail, causing the weight to be thrown off. The molten blue paint and plastic would be from it being run over and picking up debris from the track surface or another car's tire. This small 1-inch pewter metal vessel is a mystery. What could it be? This is likely part of a larger pewter figurine that has broken. Pewter is a soft, malleable metal alloy that is often used for casting small, detailed figurines such as soldiers, animals, or characters from folklore. This small vessel could be a basket, a hat, a bag, or another accessory that a larger figurine was holding or wearing. It has broken off from the main figure and now appears to be a standalone, tiny vessel. This is a wooden box with a hinge that opens up to a mirror. It's about the size of a piece of copy paper and about 2 inches high. It's at least 50 years old. What is its specific purpose? This is a jewelry or dresser box. This style was very popular for a gentleman's dresser or a lady's vanity. The box itself, often lined with felt or velvet, would be used for storing items like cufflinks, tie pins, watches, rings, or other small pieces of jewelry. The mirror on the inside of the lid was a convenient feature for putting on earrings, checking a tie, or for general grooming. It is a classic and functional piece of bedroom furniture accessory. Found in a house, this is a small, light plastic ball with a hole in it. Neither of the residents has any clue where it came from. What are some possibilities for this common, small object? This small plastic ball with a hole could be any number of things. It could be a cat toy or a small toy for another pet, often with a bell inside that has now fallen out. It could be a large craft bead from a jewelry making or macrame kit. It could be a Lego piece, specifically from the Technic line, which uses many parts with holes. It could also be a part of a board game or even a small piece of packaging that an item was shipped with. Its true identity is a mystery without more context. A pair of these were found in a box of random auction stuff. They are lead, weighing about 4 O's, with a rubber band permanently attached. They are stamped Stie Teat. An old JCPenney price tag reads 69 cents. What are they for? This is a Stie Tight 4-ounce duck or goose decoy lead anchor weight. When hunting waterfowl, hunters place a number of floating decoys on the water to attract real birds. To keep these lightweight decoys from floating away, Each one must be anchored. This lead weight would be tied to a length of string, and the other end of the string would be attached to the decoy. The large rubber band is a clever feature. You would wrap the anchor line around the decoy's keel for storage, and then use the rubber band to secure the weight itself. This white plastic wall device is hanging in a vintage RV. It's 5 inches tall and appears to have slots. There is a silver bracket above it for a broom. What is the plastic device? This is a Dixie brand bathroom cup dispenser. It's a classic piece of Americana. The dispenser would have originally had a matching outer sleeve with the brand name on it, which is now missing. That sleeve would slot onto the wings of this wall-mounted bracket. A stack of small paper Dixie cups would then be loaded into the dispenser from the top, allowing them to be pulled out one by one from the bottom. These were a very common fixture in bathrooms from the mid-20th century. This roundish thing with multiple knobs is attached to the right side handlebar of a Dutch-style bike. Nothing appears to fit inside the knobby areas. Maybe it's for a shopping bag? This is a Versnelbeschermer, or a Gearshift protector, from the Dutch bike brand Azor. According to their website, when parking against a wall, this protector is a godsend. It saves a lot of hassle and repair costs. The knobs act as a bumper. When the cyclist leans their bike against a wall or a post, this protector makes contact first, keeping the often delicate twist grip gear shifter and the brake lever from being scraped, damaged, or knocked out of alignment. It is a simple but very practical accessory for a utility bike that gets a lot of daily use. This heavy metal item has a picture of a hunting dog on it and a weird metal wire on the back. It likely dates from the 1920-1930 era. What is it? This is a rosette for a horse bridle or bit. Rosettes are decorative discs that are placed on the side of a horse's bridle at the point where the bit attaches to the cheek pieces. They serve to cover the hardware and also to add a decorative flair to the horse's tack. They were often made with intricate designs, such as the hunting dog seen on this one, which would have been appropriate for the bridle of a horse used for hunting. The wire on the back would be part of the loop for attaching it to the bridle strap. This rounded tube is on the corner of a school maintenance building. There is another set on the far side, not on the corner. What is its purpose? This is a roller barrier, a type of anti-climb security device. It is specifically designed to keep kids from climbing onto the roof of the building. The corner is a point where a person could easily brace themselves to climb up. This system consists of a series of large, independently rotating cups or tubes on a central spindle. If someone tries to grab onto it to pull themselves up, the cups simply spin, offering no stable handhold. It is a humane but effective way to prevent unauthorized access to rooftops. This is a metal panel with a mesh of drilled holes located next to the fire exit of a local bar. It's the full height of the door, but only 1 foot wide. What is it for? This is basically a security gate bolted in front of the fire exit. It's meant to stop people from breaking in through the fire exit door from the outside, which can be a weak point in a building's security. It's essentially a set of burglar bars but on hinges. However, as the commenter notes, these are a major safety hazard. If the gate is locked, blocked, or in any way impedes people from opening the fire exit from the inside, it completely defeats the purpose of the emergency exit. This is why you don't see them in newer buildings, as they often violate modern fire codes. This black cylinder is about 12 inches long and 0.6 inches in diameter. It's not metal, but very stiff and hard plastic or composite material. It was found on a driveway. Could it be related to trash bins or cars? It's the rod for the trash bin's lid hinge. Many of the large, wheeled plastic trash bins used for municipal garbage collection have a hinged lid. This lid pivots on a long plastic rod that passes through the handle of the bin and the hinges of the lid. This stiff, hard plastic rod is that hinge pin. They can sometimes work their way loose and fall out onto the driveway or street, especially when the bin is being handled roughly by the garbage truck's lifting arm. Found in therapy, this was standing alone. It's fairly light, made of plastic with metal balls around it. What could this be? This is an air hockey or, more likely, a roller hockey puck. A standard air hockey puck is a simple, flat disc. This one, with the metal balls embedded around its perimeter, is designed for playing a similar game on a smooth, flat surface, without air, like a gym floor or a tabletop. The metal balls act as ball bearings, allowing the puck to glide with very little friction, mimicking the feel of an air hockey puck floating on a cushion of air. It was likely from a game set. These car-sized white containers with solar panels are in San Diego. The interior is sometimes lit up at night, and they have never been seen closed, occupied, or utilized in an obvious way. What are they? These are off-grid, solar-powered electric vehicle, EV, chargers. These self-contained units use the large solar panels on top to generate electricity, which is then stored in batteries inside the container. This stored energy is then used to charge electric vehicles. They are a solution for providing EV charging in locations where it's difficult or expensive to connect to the main power grid, such as remote areas, temporary event sites, or, as in this case, to add charging capacity to existing parking lots without extensive trenching and electrical work. This stainless steel circle has a T cut in it. What is this? This is the disc that stops an underground petrol or oil tank dipstick from coming fully out of the tank. The dipsticks used at service stations to manually measure the fuel level in underground tanks are often made from T-section metal. The end of the dipstick is notched and bent over. This small stainless steel disc, located at the top of the dip tube, has a T-shaped slot that allows the T-section dipstick to pass through it, but it prevents the bent-over end from coming out, so the dipstick can't be accidentally dropped into the tank. This hangs on a wall and is made of wood. It's too shallow to store pens. What was its intended use? It is for a large box of matches. Before the advent of small, disposable lighters and safety matchbooks, household matches were often sold in large, slide-open boxes. A decorative wooden holder like this one would be mounted on the wall, typically in the kitchen near the stove. The large box of matches would be slid into the holder, providing a convenient and designated spot for this essential household item, keeping it readily accessible for lighting the stove, lamps, or a fire. It is a charming piece of vintage kitchenalia. This all-wood object was found by a plumber inside a sink drain pipe, past the trap. It's about 3.5 inches long. What is it? This looks like one half of a wooden toilet paper roll holder, specifically the spring-loaded kind. This type of holder consists of two wooden or plastic end pieces that fit into the bracket on the wall, and they are connected by a spring in the middle that allows them to be compressed to insert a roll of toilet paper. This is one of those end pieces. It likely fell into the toilet, was flushed, and then managed to make its way into the sink drain through a cross-connection in the plumbing, which can happen in some older systems. I noticed these metal objects with a hollowed-out square at the bottom of utility poles. I never see anything attached to them. They are always inserted at an angle, and usually there is more than one. What's their purpose? They're plugs for holes, where the wooden utility pole was treated with preservatives to prevent rot and decay. To extend the life of a wooden pole, especially at the ground line where moisture is a problem, holes are drilled into the pole, and a chemical preservative is poured or injected into these holes. The preservative then slowly leaches into the surrounding wood. After treatment, the holes are sealed with these plugs to keep the preservative in and moisture out. The plugs can be removed for additional treatment in the future if required. This is a 3-tiered shoe rack made of lightweight metal and wire shelves. The finder took it apart to move and now can't figure out how to put it back together. The parts include 5 long rods and 4 short rods. Are they sure it's a shoe rack? While it was being used as a shoe rack, it is pretty sure to be an over-the-toilet storage shelf. These lightweight, freestanding shelving units are designed to fit neatly over a standard toilet tank, providing extra storage space in a small bathroom for towels, toiletries, or decorative items. The specific configuration of the long and short rods would be for creating the tall, narrow frame required for this purpose. It's a very common piece of bathroom furniture that is often repurposed for other storage needs. This small piece of plastic with a wire and plug on it was found covered in grease. What could it be from? Was it found near any fitness equipment? This could be a sensor or a switch from a piece of exercise equipment like a treadmill, an elliptical, or a stationary bike. These machines often have various sensors to track speed, position, or safety features, like the emergency stop key on a treadmill. The grease would be lubricant from the machine's moving parts. Without more detail, it's hard to be specific, but its origin is likely a piece of modern electronic exercise equipment. This is a small, flimsy, clear plastic item. It came in the packaging pictured. What is it for? This is the wrapper or a blade cover for a disposable hunting knife blade, very similar to those used in the Havalon brand of knives. Havalon knives are popular with hunters because they use surgically sharp, replaceable scalpel blades instead of a traditional fixed blade that needs to be sharpened. This allows the hunter to always have a razor-sharp edge for field dressing game. The blades are extremely sharp and come in individual sterile wrappers, like this one for safety. This is believed to be a ceramic object, about an inch round. It's in line with an electric element on a BBQ that keeps tripping. Could this be the culprit? This is a thermostat switch, also known as a thermal cutoff or a thermal switch. Its job is to act as a safety device. It is a temperature-sensitive switch that will automatically open the electrical circuit if the temperature exceeds a preset limit, cutting power to the heating element. This is to prevent overheating and a potential fire. If the BBQ element keeps tripping the breaker, it's possible this safety switch is malfunctioning and opening the circuit at too low a temperature, or there is another issue causing the element to genuinely overheat. It is a very likely culprit. This consists of a steel handle and a brass circle with threads and a slit on one end that screws into the handle. What is it? This is a clamp-on handle for a large air tool, possibly a jet air drill, model JAT 601 or similar. Large, high-torque air tools like drills or grinders can be very difficult to control, and they can produce a powerful reactive torque that could injure the operator's wrist. This auxiliary handle clamps around the body of the air tool. The brass part with the slit is the clamp. This provides the operator with a second, secure grip point, allowing them to brace against the tool's torque and control it much more safely and effectively. These are leather cases, one from 1906, with heavy metal things inside. What are these antique instruments? Those are pocket sextants. A sextant is a navigational instrument used to measure the angle between two visible objects. Its primary use is to measure the angle between a celestial object, like the sun, and the horizon, which is essential for celestial navigation. While full-sized marine sextants are large instruments, these pocket sextants are much more compact, designed for use by surveyors, military officers, or explorers in the field where portability was key. They are beautiful, high-precision instruments from an era before GPS. A cool find. This is a plastic barrel key, found in a home as a set of two. The finders swear they have no idea what it goes to. What does it open? Do you own any small plastic waterproof cases like a Pelican case or a similar brand? These keys are used to operate the manual purge valve or to lock the latches on some models of these protective cases. The cases are airtight, and changes in altitude or temperature can create a pressure differential that makes them hard to open. The key is used to open a valve to equalize the pressure, or on other models, they are used to lock the main latches to prevent them from accidentally opening. They are a common accessory for this type of rugged equipment case. What is this wooden board with movable metal rods branded by Guinness? That is a shove halfpenny game board. Shove halfpenny, shove halfpenny, is a traditional British pub game. The objective is to push or shove old halfpenny coins, or other smooth discs, up the board so that they land perfectly between the horizontal lines, the beds. The metal rods on the side are for keeping score. A player would move a rod to mark each bed they have successfully scored in. The Guinness branding indicates it was likely a promotional item produced for use in pubs. It's a classic game of skill and precision. This small silver cylinder with a hex screw was found on the counter at a local brewery. What is it for? This is a locking pin back. It's an aftermarket accessory used to replace the standard, less secure clutch or rubber backs that come on enamel pins. Pin collectors often use these to ensure their valuable or favorite pins Don't accidentally fall off a jacket, backpack, or display board. You slide the pin's post into the hole and then use a small Allen key to tighten the hex set screw, which locks the back securely onto the pin. They are a must-have for anyone who wears and collects enamel pins. This guy on the Great Food Truck Race is wearing this wooden thing attached to a ball by a string around his neck, but only during the eliminations. What is it? This is a kendama, a traditional Japanese skill toy. It consists of a handle with 3 cups and a spike, and a ball that is connected by a string. The objective is to perform a huge variety of tricks that involve juggling the ball between the cups and landing it on the spike. It is a game that requires a great deal of practice, patience, and coordination. It's possible the chef wears it as a good luck charm or uses it as a way to focus and relieve stress during the tense elimination rounds of the competition. This has a sort of compass, a level, and a thing that says it is patented, reading EL dense meridian instrument followed by an address. What is it? This is an EI dense dipledoscope, a specialized astronomical instrument for accurately determining longitude. Invented in the 19th century, it uses a system of prisms to observe the transit of the sun or a star across the local meridian, the north-south line. By precisely timing this transit and comparing it to a known time at a reference meridian, like Greenwich, a navigator or surveyor could calculate their exact longitude. The compass and level are for orienting the instrument correctly. It was a simpler and often more accurate alternative to a transit telescope for this one specific task. An auction listing for a similar one sold for £820 sterling. Found in an old barn, this big wooden machine has 2 holes on it and makes the finder think it's some kind of processor. What is it? According to an 85-year-old farming father, this is for cleaning grain. It is a type of fanning mill or winnowing machine. After grain like wheat or oats was threshed to separate it from the stalks, it would be fed into this machine. Inside, a large hand-cranked fan would generate a current of air. As the grain fell through this airstream, the heavier, desirable grain would fall straight down, while the lighter chaff, dust, and other debris would be blown out to the side. The different holes would be for loading the grain and for the cleaned grain and the chaff to exit separately. This is a metal object with a clamp on one end and 2 bars protruding, one straight and one zigzag. What is it? This looks to be a J-hook for clothes on a hanger, specifically for a metro rack. A metro rack is a type of heavy-duty wire shelving commonly used in commercial kitchens, stockrooms, and garages. This hook would clamp onto the vertical post of the shelving unit. The protruding J-hook would then provide a place to hang clothing on hangers, adding garment storage capability to the shelving unit. The zigzag part might be an alternative hanging option or a design feature. This clunky metal handle assembly is seen next to windows in older homes. It's made of threaded rod, nuts, and a flat metal bar. It doesn't seem to control shutters. What is its purpose? This is a safety release for exterior window security bars. In many urban areas, security bars are installed on ground floor windows to prevent break-ins. However, this creates a major fire safety hazard, as it can trap residents inside during a fire. This mechanism is a quick release system. By pulling or turning this handle from the inside, a latch is released, and the entire security bar assembly can be swung open like a door, allowing for an emergency escape. It is a critical life safety feature for homes with window bars. These are plastic tabs with a raised section on one side, about 1.5 inches long, and a whole bunch were in a jar. A pen is used for scale. What are they for? These look like they clip onto the side of seed-raising trays to identify what seeds have been planted in them. When starting many different types of seeds indoors for a garden, it's essential to keep track of which variety is in which tray or cell. These small plastic tabs would clip onto the edge of the seed tray, and the gardener would write the name of the plant on the raised section with a permanent marker. It's a simple but effective system for plant identification in a nursery or a home garden setup. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.